Game Freak is finally getting it right. What is going on, you guys? My name is Curtis with the Seoul Dojo gaming channel, and here we go. We're going to talk about Pokemon Winds and Waves and what I think about the trailer. On X, I kind of explained a few things that I saw and noticed in the trailer, and to be honest with you, it's very positive. I think this is one of the best looking Pokemon games just from the trailer that we've seen in a very long time. Pokemon Winds and Waves looks like the final product, and Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Violet and Scarlet were like the stepping stones to something like this. Let me talk about what I talked about on X. Winds and Waves looks like the biggest Pokemon game yet. It appears to be built completely from the ground up for Nintendo Switch 2, finally delivering true next-gen experience to fans. I think this is true, especially when you look at the trailer right here. The graphic fidelity looks amazing. It looks bigger. There's going to be a lot of water, so there's going to be a lot of water physics. I think this game is going to push the Nintendo Switch 2 not to its limits, but it's going to push that hardware a lot better. But the fact that it's built completely from the ground up for Switch 2, I think is a big thing, because if they would have looked back at the Nintendo Switch 1, that means the game at its base would have been Switch 1, and the Switch 2 would have kind of just brought it up to make it look a little bit better. Now, if you look at games like Violet and Scarlet on the Switch 2, those games look a little bit better, but they don't feel like they are made for the console. Next, I want to talk about the region. The new region seems inspired by Southeast Asia and features multiple islands to explore, suggesting a more open and expansive world design. What we see in the trailer is we see multiple islands, we see a lot of water. I think there's going to be a lot of aquatic travel, so I don't know how that's gonna work. It could be boats, it could be Pokemon, it could be something else. We'll talk a little bit later in the video what it could be, but yeah, it seems like a different world design. It seems like there's gonna be big islands around, but it isn't gonna be one massive piece of land. So that's gonna be very interesting to see what Game Freak is doing with that and how they wrap that around the whole open world design that they're going with. But that is very interesting, and that could make this game very unique in its own way. At the end of the trailer, there's what looks like a teaser for underwater exploration, which could add an entirely new layer to gameplay. I think at the end of the trailer, and I said it as soon as I saw it, it looks like there's going to be some type of like underwater traveling or underwater exploration. You can kind of tell there's like paths underwater, and it looks really cool. Like, you see a bunch of Pokemon down there. It looks great, and that adds to, it's good that this game is being developed for the Switch 2, because you're gonna have the land and then you're gonna have the underwater portion. Like GTA, you have games like Grand Theft Auto where you have the land, but like you can also go underwater, and there's a lot of detail underwater. There's a lot of secrets, things like that. I think this is really good that this game is being built from the ground up for Nintendo Switch 2. That's what makes me feel like, okay, the things that they're trying to promise at the moment, or the things that they're showing us, is going to come out really well. It isn't going to come out how Scarlet and Violet came out, where there's a lot of performance issues. The game was kind of overselling. There was too much, I don't know, butter on the bread, I guess. This game looks like it's made for Switch 2, ground up, and it's ready to go. Just from the trailer, there's a lot of hope here, and there's a lot of hope for finally Game Freak realizing what this new era of Pokemon games should be, right? We have the Legends series, which it kind of has its own unique features, but this, when it comes to the mainline Pokemon games, this is what it should be. It should be open world. You could see the Pokemon, and it should be running on a good platform and running well when it comes out. So I'm hoping this is it. I'm hoping this is it. My name is Curtis with the Seoul Dojo gaming channel. You can follow me on X at Kelly from the Dojo, and make sure you guys get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about Pokemon Winds and Waves. I'll check you guys later. All right, peace.